round of the live stream weekly free instant tournament. We're ready to watch the live stream of the weekly free instant tournament. Hope you are. Let me just verify that the stream is, yes, it is. It's live. So let's share the screen and go to BBO. You'll see my screen in a moment. Okay, there we go. And if you recall, we find it in the Solitaire tab. Weekly free instant tournament 8 deals with match point scoring. And let's see what the deals have in store for us. We have majors here, 5-5. So most partnerships, let's say, that have discussed, I don't want to be so generalized without that much data. I don't know. Most is a guess, but many, let's say, put it like that, many partnerships play 2 clubs here as a Michael's Q bid, and the robot does that as well. And so if you bid 2 clubs here, you're showing the majors. So this hand is, I think it's adequate for that. There is a debate among expert players about whether you should use your 2 suited overcalls. The unusual no trump and the Michaels are the typical cases with mid-range hands. And so everybody agrees that you should use them with weak hands in which you want to find a sacrifice or something like that. If the hand is otherwise adequate, you shouldn't. One of the big sins, in my opinion, of many players is to overuse these bids with hands that really shouldn't be thinking of getting into the bidding. So the thought process should be, do I want to get into this bidding? If yes, then do I use a 2 suited bid or not? So people just get into, pretend that you had like Queen 5th and Jack 5th, doubleton king and a singleton. You shouldn't be thinking, in my opinion, shouldn't be thinking of, especially if the suits don't have intermediate cards. So I'm talking about Queen empty 5th, Jack empty 5th. That's a hard pass. But what I was saying is that many people would, most experts would agree that if you have a 6-5 and good intermediates, you should use your 2 suited bid, even if you're very weak. And also if you are strong enough to be like willing to look for a game, this is another way to. Doubling with 2 suitors is usually awkward. You won't have time to show the 2 suited nature of your hand. And if you use your 2 suited bid, you show this character of your hand immediately. This hand is neither here nor there, so we don't want to insist on a game. In fact, if partner doesn't move, partner being a pass hand, it's very unlikely that we'll have a game. Only if he has an excellent fit in one of the majors, we are going to get there. So this is a hand we should be aimed at competing for the part score, but we are not weak. And so some people would not. There is a school of thought that says that you shouldn't use your 2 suited bid here. I'm not in that school. I think that using your 2 suited bid when you have both suits 5-5 at least is the best way to participate in the auction. And there's nuances of whether an extra king or queen here or there shouldn't make me change my plan. I'm not in that school. I like to simplify things for partner. Let's, partner may have a maximum of a best hand that. Anyways, let's move on. 2 spades is a Q bid. He's bidding our suit. This typically shows, the higher of the Q bids. You should ask. Some people play differently, but the higher of the Q bids, they have 2 hearts and 2 spades available here, would show the 4th suit. So let's see. Yes, 4th suit. That means diamonds, right? We bid the majors with 2 clubs. He's bidding diamonds. in a forcing way. So that two diamonds would be non-forcing. And East is showing some tolerance for diamonds. This is not a raise. Note that. With a raise, East would have to find something else. He's just saying that he's not averse to playing in diamonds. He could have a slow doubleton, a low doubleton, on a doubleton, something like that. We have done our job in this bidding, so we don't want to participate anymore. And they stopped in 4 diamonds. That's peculiar, to say the least. And 3 hearts should be a stopper. And so this guy should not have the king of spades. Because with the king of spades, he should suggest no trumps. Now, if this were a human partnership, that would be enough to make me confident to lead the ace of spades, because the big losing case for the ace of spades lead is king of spades on East. But I think against a human, that's impossible. Against a robot, sometimes they are erratic in their thought, in their bidding. The alternative would be, since partner didn't double 3 hearts, which he could with an honor, would be a club. But we are not desperate to rough anything with a doubleton king of diamonds. We might, but we probably will have the chance to switch to our singleton club later if that's not the case. If the king ace of diamonds appears in dummy, for example, dummy has ace queen jack of diamonds, so that we have no hopes of a diamond trick on our own. But leading a singleton in a suit that the opponents have length is risky. Counter argument to that is that they will probably find out about our singleton, since we announced the two-suited nature of our hand. So he'll probably find out about our singleton, which means that we are not helping him that much. But still, it's going to be a help. Just imagine he might have to take a decision of which is my singleton in the first round of the suit. So if he has something like Queen 10 in dummy and ace in his hand, he might try to play the queen or the 10, try to capture a juicy singleton with my hand. But it's strange that they stop in 4 diamonds. I won't lead the ace of spades. It's too committal. I think I'll go with a club. Based on that, I wouldn't if I had not bid 2 clubs. But since he will know about my singleton, let's just lead it and see what will happen. If the declarer has a king of spades, they should have considered no trump at least, right? Considered it. Diamond to the 7. Hard to understand what's going on. After diamond to the 7. So dummy had a big hand to stop in 4 diamonds, right? He had 13 high card points, the ace of clubs, as well as what we're seeing here. We also had 13, that's 26. So the declarer should have at least 12. That leaves a queen for a partner. In other words, the declarer has a king of spades and may have the queen of hearts as well. So I think the best way to get off lead here, we are in trouble in this hand, may get in played in many different ways. But hopefully partner has something like queen 10 of diamonds. And so we escape for now the end place. So we are surviving fairly well. Now we will cash 2 spades and lead a third and hope that we will get a heart at the end, even after this cross rough and slough. Well, not with the jack of clubs. Let's see if partner has a queen of diamonds, which looks like he doesn't have the queen of hearts. The declarer wouldn't play low to the 9 with ace and queen, right? He would. Wow, that's very peculiar way of playing the diamonds. So we are done here. He had both queens. Partner had a queen of clubs. We have seen that. So anyway, very strange way of playing the diamonds. Diamond to the 9, and we got a 71% for the first board. I'm curious. Not usually very curious about what's going on the other tables. For instance, how are people in? Oh, these are people are not using their Michael's Q bid. And 3-note trumps is going down too, especially from the other side. But they would, after a spade lead, they wouldn't lose more than diamond and 4 spades, apparently. Right? The player can win 4 diamonds, a spade 5, and ace, king, and 8. It's down 1 anyway. People are making 4 diamonds. The same situation that we found ourselves. Diamond, and then he tried his spades and a spade, so he lost his spade trick. So that count of points was important. That we concluded. My nose was telling me that the player had the king of spades, but not only the nose, but also the count of points. Anyway, 15 high card points. That's a bad 15, but it's not bad enough to lead me to consider opening only one of mine. With the robots especially, I've denied majors with this kind of hand, 4-3-3-3 with horrible hearts, with success. And that tactic has more success against the robots than against humans, because they will never ever suspect that you will have a 4-card heart suit if you bid 2 diamonds here. And so they may defend very strangely and profitably for you. But that's, I don't like to do this in live streams, because that is really not the best way for you to develop your bridge. So here we are. Then we had 11, so we are in a normal game. We have 5 club tricks, apparently. He didn't lead from 10, 9, 7, 5th. So 5 club tricks, 2 spades, and a diamond, that's 8. And it's not that simple to get to our 9th trick. I don't want to, let's see, okay. I really don't want to make diamonds immediately, because that's our shortest combined suit. If I could induce them to attack hearts, that would be the best. Let's take a spade, which is a way of developing tricks if spades are 3-3. There we are. It's a tested idea. If you are not sure of what you should be doing, give them some rope. Now, we have our 9th trick is the Jack of Hearts. And so 5 clubs, 1 heart, 6, ace, king, and ace, 9. And this guy already showed ace, king of hearts. So he shouldn't have the king of, he can have the, and this Jack of spades. So he can have the king of diamonds, but it's much more likely that he doesn't have the king of diamonds. Let's try the 10 here. So it looks like this guy has the king of diamonds. So let's see if we can run clubs without having to unblock them. No, he led a singleton club. That is strange. So our only hope for extra tricks now is the 9 of hearts falling down, which might happen. The 10 appeared here. Or the spade break. No 9 of hearts. And no spade break. So we claim 2 more tricks and lose the last spade. He had king jack of spade of diamonds, so we couldn't guess well. Anyway, about an 82% here. Without doing anything amazing. Just letting the opponents make that mistake of trying to cash hearts. The suit that we bid. So not really advisable for the robot to mess with hearts with ace king fifth after we bid hearts. Okay, we have now 17 card points. That's a clear 1 heart opening bid. Unless you're willing to do some shenanigans with the robots. And for 2 hearts, we don't want to bid it. So partner has just the right cards for us, right? Covering all the losers apart from the spades. So we will probably lose the first three spades. Let's try to induce them to not cash spades. To believe that we Rafa will do something strange here. Nope, they cash three spades and we can claim. They have high enough hearts to deal with any return. And this is a 50% deal for sure. Well, 60 shouldn't be anything other than a now we have a difficult problem here. Damn those preempts. This hand would like to look for, obviously, first clubs, but secondarily hearts and even no trumps, without inducing partner to go crazy with spades. So the double here runs that second risk, but it's okay for hearts and no trumps. It's not okay for clubs. Clearly, we will not be able to show our clubs in many variants. But that is my choice, the double here. Because if partner hits like four spades, it's very unlikely he'll do that since it couldn't overcall two spades. It's different in this case than if we were doubling, let's say, on our right, three diamonds, and then we have this hand. And partner hasn't said anything. That other scenario, it would be riskier because partner with five or six spades for sure, five nice spades, he would bid for spades without any concerns, even with five bad spades. Here, he shouldn't have those hands, maybe five bad spades, but not six spades, very unlikely. And so let's double. And the other possible bids are three hearts with the four card suit, which really goes against all my instincts. I wouldn't ever try that, though it might be right. And four clubs, bidding your longest suit is never an error, but I think it bypasses three no trumps and basically focuses too much on clubs to the detriment of the other options. Wow, that's surprising. But I am not tempted to look for any kind of slam bid here. I'll raise the game, of course. But we have too many losers. We need so many cover cards. So we are missing two aces and we have to get the clubs right. Let's try to understand how diamonds are divided. Ace, king of diamonds, most likely, and this guy has the queen of diamonds. Spades is here. I want an entry to the hand. And now, there is no good reason not to finesse in clubs. The finesse is by far the percentage play. And playing a club with the ace is, in effect, playing for West to have exactly the singleton king offside. Ace, king of diamonds. I don't think he has it, so let's just finesse and get it over with. And claim. 89%. That I'm curious to see how people dealt. Are they passing in ours? No, they're bidding four clubs directly, and partner is not raising. I can see why partner wouldn't raise, even though he has four trumps. In my book, not raising with four trumps is really, really dangerous. So, but 4-3-3-3 and scattered honors, I can understand his reluctance. Anyway, 14 high card points, and the three suitor. Typically, we open the highest suit of between the minors in this setup, so that we have some comfortable rebids if necessary. Now we have two bid spades, of course. No trumps is an invitation. I'm going to accept with 14. And bidding three clubs would be okay. It would be even It's probably maybe even best. At imps, I think it is best. This hand may play very much better in a suit, and partner may be very long in clubs. I mean, even at 5. In match points, I'm not that sure because that will help them find a hard attack, a hard defense. If I pinpoint that I have a singleton heart in the bidding. So imagine East with 5 mediocre hearts and 4 reasonable clubs. If I just raise to 3 no trumps, we'll probably lead the club. But if I bid 3 clubs, it goes 3 clubs past 3 no trumps. I think I'll bid 3 clubs because I have to trust partner that he will not bid 3 hearts with something like 4 hearts to the 10. Since he knows that I have a singleton, I wouldn't bid 3 clubs just to hear my own voice. But it's, well, you see, it's dangerous, especially with an incompetent partner. Okay, 11 and 14. It's the kind of hand that we would really like to be playing in no trumps. But the 9 of spades is an interesting lead because that 8, if the 9 is an honest lead, then the king and the 10 are in East, which means that we can discard a diamond from dummy and ruff all the hearts in dummy in our hand. And so end up only losing some trumps. So the right way to play this is to go to dummy with the ace of hearts. Never messing with trumps because you want to play the rough 3 hearts in our hand. Finessing this and cashing the queen in it, even without heel rough. No, he didn't. Now we start roughing diamonds, cross roughing basically. Let's see if he'll play the king. It's basically costless to try that. Okay. Everything comes now. And clubs are 4-0. That means that we will probably lose only 1 more club. So that was a lucky break because in no trumps with clubs 4-0, I don't think we can manage it. So we played in the best strain and I got another 89%. Number 6, so we have 17, terrible 17, right? That we are not Vol versus Vol. And in match points, there is an interesting phenomenon, which is when at these colors, you want to grab the no trump before they do, even if you're going down. So this hand, I think most people will not consider doing anything other than mono trump, even though I am reluctant because it's 17 with 5 card suit, which is usually good news when you hold it. This 5 card suit after East opens 1 heart is worthless. And so 1 no trump is dangerous. We can get really destroyed here. You have no escape. But I want to grab the no trump before they do. I don't know. Now I'm having second thoughts because it's typically hard for them to land at 1 no trumps after they start. 1 by West would be forcing. So there's only 1 bidding 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 no trump that really lands in 1 no trump. I think I'll just pass and see what happens. Yeah, so at least they're vulnerable. If they were not vulnerable, then the payoff for us to grab the no trump first would be high. Yeah, this vulnerability, maybe they'll go down 100 when we would score 90 or 200. Who knows? So I want to find a safe lead. Dummy is strong, especially those luscious diamonds. Declare has 3 diamonds. We are in trouble. You know, trumps. But we would be in trouble, you know, trumps, even if we had bid no trumps. So looks like this is the best that we could do in the bidding. And now, should we just play a diamond and force Declarer to run those diamonds before he's ready for it? Ken Potter has the ace of clubs or the queen. Declarer has ace jack of hearts. and the ace of diamonds. He certainly has one, maybe both of them. So I think I will. I have some easy discards here on the hearts. Let's make him run those diamonds. Before we establish those spades for him, he's discarding a heart. And two hearts. Now, of course, we exit with the king of clubs so that the Clara has a queen of clubs. He would always make it, but the king of hearts is guaranteed to be here, and the jack of clubs is ours too, 100%. That's what we got by not bidding. And I'm quite sure that, oh no, it's from the fence, that many people will, will get in trouble by bidding one more trump with my cards. It's a very instructive hand. And how are they letting a trick go? Oh, diamond lead. This is the kind of hand in which we really want to be passive in defense. Now, this guy led the king of spades, as I did. And then diamond ducked, 10 jack of queen. He established dummy spade before cutting the link between dummy and Clara's hand. Okay, back to our 15 high card point hand. I'm not a fan of shape no trumps. And maybe here it would be better. If I double here, it should be take out, but as you can see by the explanation, the robot is not playing a modern system here. He's playing double of 3 diamonds as penalties. So now we're in trouble, and we wish we would have opened one no trump, an off shape no trumps. But much better is for you to play your doubles take out in these situations so that you can double with this hand. So we have to pass 15, dubious king of diamonds, and we have to let partner bid something if he wants to. He doesn't, and I don't like to lead from ace or from that singleton king of diamonds, so let's just lead a heart. Look at what was waiting for us behind the corner. Diamond rough. I put the low spade to dummy. I wish partner can win the next spade to push a diamond. Why is the Clara roughing those spades? It's a mystery. But certainly 10 spades. What's going on here? Clara has a void in clubs. He should have 7, 4 spades. Can he have 4 spades? That will give 4 spades to partner. 1 club. Partner can have 4, 4 for him. No, he can't. So partner has 5 spades for sure, because he can have 4, 4 in the majors and bid 1 spade. So partner has 5 spades in 1 club and 4, 3 in the other suits. Most likely 4 hearts and 3 diamonds, maybe 4 diamonds, since this might be a 6-card suit. And so the Clara has only 1 rough in them, and we can't really avoid him getting that rough. And the Clara doesn't, but we know that partner has a spade entry, because the Clara can have queen jack 10. So I'll just duck here and let partner lead a diamond to me. And later I will push a heart. Jack of diamonds is an annoying card from partner. Why is he wasting his jack of diamonds over nothing? I wish he had kept that jack of diamonds for that contingency. So perhaps if I was expecting partner to be playing wrongly, as he did, I should have won the ace of spades to play the king of diamonds and preserve partners' diamonds. But we still got 96%. So we are getting some extraordinarily good results, mostly by not getting in trouble. And you see people are getting in trouble. But 3 diamonds doubled, 4 spades. We are just being cautious, respectful of the bad quality of our cards, I would say. And so, yeah, having a great tournament so far. Finally, another one to be cautious. 15 haircut points. And partner's a best hand, and our suit is very bad. So let's follow the theme here. The alternative is to bid 1-0 trumps. Or, well, 2 diamonds is too horrible to contemplate. Now we can bid 3 diamonds, which is dangerous, of course. But since we have an expectation of a fit, given that partner should have only 2 hearts at most, I think it's called for. Let's see what that means. Nice surprise. And so we have heart and a spade to lose. We have to hold a club and minor cards to only 1 loser. King of clubs is very likely to be on side, especially since this lead apparently has the king of hearts. The diamonds, nice piece of news. So we didn't get the clubs right, but we did get the diamonds right. And so we will now lose only 1 more spade. We finish drawing trumps. And we claim with the loss of 1 more spade, making 3 diamonds. And that's another 96%. So that is a streak of, I would call them sensible decisions that allowed us to get a very good score. I hope you liked this broadcast. And if you did, mention it to your friends. It's usually at this time, Mondays morning, late morning on the eastern coast of the United States. It's no really fixed time, but it's usually around that time. And my idea when I started doing these videos was to have people in session, like you logged into the Zoom. I'm doing this on a Zoom. You log into a Zoom and then you can participate, ask questions, make suggestions about bits and plays and so on. And this is still open. So if you are interested in participating in one of these live streams, just send me a comment, both on the Facebook group or on the YouTube channel. And I will send you a link with a Zoom session so that you can play these hands with me live. Okay? If you choose to do that, just remember not to play them beforehand, because that would spoil the fun. Hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.